Salvete omnes! Today we are going to talk about the future perfect tense in Latin. The future perfect is a tense that's somewhat common in Latin, and it exists in English, but we use it more rarely. So what it does is it talks about something, an event or an action that will be completed by a certain point in the future. So to give you a couple of English examples, this is what we would use, this is what we use when we say, by June, you will have graduated. And the future perfect is you will have graduated. So by June, you will have graduated. Or when we arrive, he will already have finished his speech. So he will already have finished his speech, right? When we arrive, he will already have finished his speech. So again, to talk about something that will be completed by a certain time in the future. So somewhat rare in English, but Latin loves it. So how do we create this tense? So what we're going to do is we're going to take the perfect stem, and the perfect stem is the third principal part. So that's the one that we use when we create our perfect verbs and also our pluperfect verbs. So we'll take the perfect stem and then we will add the following endings. Ero, eris, erit, erimis, eridis, erent. Ero, eris, erit, erimis, eridis, erent. So here's a few verbs in action. So if we took the verb to prepare, paro, parare, paravi, we're going to take parav, right? That's the perfect stem. We're remembering that that I there is the first person singular, perfect, active, indicative ending. And we're just going to add our endings. So paravero, paraveris, paraverit, paraverimus, paraveritis, paraverent. Paravero, paraveris, paraverit, paraverimus, paraveritis, paraverent. Now let's have a look at another verb. So if we take the verb to rule, so rego, reggere, rexi, right? We'll take rex, that's our perfect stem, and we'll add our endings. Rexero, rexeris, rexerit, rex erimus, rex eritis, rex erent. Not too bad. And the great news is that in fact, irregular verbs are formed in just exactly the same way. So if we want to take the irregular verb to go, eo, ire, ii, and we could do this with ev too, but we'll just use ee because it's a little more common. We'll take just the I, that's the perfect stem here, and we'll add our endings. I ero, I eris, I erit, I erimus, I eritis, I erent. So for example, this is also true for our verb to be, sum esse fui. So let's say we want to say, in a month, he will have been married for 3 weeks, right? That is a perfect time for us to use our future perfect. And to create it, we take our perfect stem, fu, fu, and we add fuero, fu eris, fu erit, fu erimus, fu eritis, fu erent. And there we have it. Just for fun, let's look at a couple sentences in Latin just to make sure we've got it down. So, iam quintus urbum relinquerit. So now Quintus will have left the city, or Quintus will have already left the city. Or si patrem meum videris, omnia eanara. Si patrem meum videris, omnia eanara. So the future perfect is videris. If you will have seen my father, tell him everything. Now, this shows that there are times when we use the future perfect in Latin when we would simplify that in English, right? In English, we would just say, if you see my father, tell him everything. But Latin is a little bit more specific. If you will have seen my father, tell him everything. And there you have it. That is the future perfect in Latin. So if we've already memorized our perfect stem, which of course we know the third principal part, then this is really a pretty easy tense. We just take our new endings, ero, eres, eret, erimus, ereris, erent, and we put them onto something we've already learned. All right, valete!